It's finally here. About a year later, and we are painting the Supra today, and we are starting with the bumpers and the flares. Before we get started, are you subscribed? You're not subscribed. 97% of the people who watch my videos just come here because the content's interesting, but they don't actually subscribe. So if you're part of that 99%, be a good guy. Help out the economy. Subscribe. We are starting off by painting the bumpers, the flares, the front headlights, any of these areas that needed to come off because they have a couple of more nooks and crannies that need to be painted. Now we're doing this for two reasons. The first is that it's just going to be so much easier to take these all off and do them now, especially since they take up so much space just in the paint booth garage. It doesn't make sense to try to fit a car in here as well. Secondly is that the car decided not to start. Like, I don't know what happened. It just doesn't want to crank anymore. So I have to figure that out. And in the meantime, I want to get this painted and done. So this way I'll get a little practice with the paint color that we're going with, which I think you guys are really going to like. And then I'll be able to actually tinker and get the car done. And then once the car's up and running, we'll be able to bring it over really easily and have so much more space and paint that all and then assemble it and get that final result that we've been waiting to have for so long. So the first step we have to do is pull all this outside, rinse it down with water, wash it off with water so that way it is perfectly clean for us to paint. So let's begin with that. Subscribe. Everything is cleaned up and laid out and we are ready to get to paint. I've got on my ultra stylized overalls, which means we're not gonna actually paint ourselves this time, which is gonna be good. But aside from that, it's just time to get to work. So let's start laying down some paint. I'm so excited. This is gonna be awesome. All right, we've laid down a few coats of the base coat and it's on, it's dry, and it's time for clear coat. So that's a quick update. Let's go ahead and get back to work. All right, so we're back at the garage now. We have the flares and those other accessory pieces painted, and now it's time to actually get the Supra painted. So what we need to do is we need to pull the Supra out of the garage first, and while it's here, we're gonna go ahead and pressure wash it and give it one last final 600 grit sanding just to make sure everything is perfectly smooth. So we're gonna go ahead and clean it off here and then take it over to the paint booth, give it another wipe down, and then let it sit overnight so we can tape it up and paint it tomorrow. So let's go ahead and pull it out and get it cleaned. We have got it all cleaned up and ready for transport, so we're gonna make sure everything is all tied up, no loose hanging parts, and then we're gonna get this over to the paint booth. All right, well, we got it all taped off and the sun is setting tonight, so we're gonna go ahead and lay a sealer coat on. This is just in case something goes wrong. It'll be dry by tomorrow so we could sand it in case we need to fix any mistakes. So we're gonna go ahead and lay that now, and then tomorrow we're gonna come back and start laying the actual colors. So let's get these coats on, let's get a good night of sleep, and let's get at it tomorrow.